Hello, my name is Sam Castor, and I'm the founder of Mannetech and Manna Relief. And we're here at the office of Manna Relief today so that I can share the amazing story of our organization with you and the passion that we have for bringing change into the world. Now, to share the story, I'm going to tell you about three things. Number one, a revolutionary new business model that is specifically designed to address the world's biggest problems. Number two, how we've incorporated that model to address the number one health risk that children face in the world today. And number three, what all this can mean to you, how it could radically impact your life. The revolutionary new business model I'm talking about is called social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship combines the innovative technology and cash flow of a for-profit entity with the passion, the purpose, and the mission of a not-for-profit organization in order to bring sustainable change to the world's biggest problems. You know, these are problems that governments won't touch, industry ignores, or worse yet, profit from. So social entrepreneurs have to challenge status quo by developing new business solutions for the world's biggest problems. Social entrepreneurs come in all sizes and shapes, but what they have in common is their relentless pursuit of their world-changing ideas. Let me give you a couple examples. A few decades ago, a young banker by the name of Mohammed Yunus believed he had a solution for global poverty. Now, that was very prevalent in his part of the world, and he was committed to addressing that problem. He believed that if you invested in people, that they would choose to work out of their hopeless circumstances. Here's the problem. These are people that didn't have credit, didn't have collateral, and didn't have a job. And in traditional banking, you don't loan people like that any kind of business investment. So he had to start his own bank to challenge status quo. And he created a new lending instrument called the microloan. And he started investing small amounts of dollars in people's lives. Today, 20 years later, over 500 million people in the world have benefited from microloans. And it's become the number one strategy for fighting global poverty. More recently, a young social entrepreneur from the United States named Blake Mikowski was in Argentina and realized that a large segment of children were being denied education for the simple reason they didn't own shoes. And he said, somebody needs to fix that problem. So he came back to the United States and started his own shoe company called Tom's Shoes. And he makes a trendy kind of canvas shoe, but he was dedicated to solving the problem. So he said, for every pair of shoes that I sell, I'm going to donate a pair to a child in need. Now, I want to tell you something. That has captured the imagination of a whole generation of young people who want to be a part of world-changing ideas. Today, Tom's Shoes has become one of the fastest growing shoe companies in the world, not because of the quality of the shoe, but because of the quality of the mission. Today, social entrepreneurship is being taught at business schools all over the world because of the enormous potential it brings for changing the way we do business in the world. A recent article in the Harvard Business Review brought great perspective to this issue in an article entitled, Can Entrepreneurs Save the World? You know, the theme of the article was basically telling big business, you better pay attention to social entrepreneurship because it is a movement that is sweeping the world. In fact, their message to big business was this: if you're not thinking about social entrepreneurial collaboration, you'll soon be guilty of strategy malpractice. What they mean is that in the 21st century, if you're not bringing value into people's lives, your company's going to become irrelevant and just fade away. Okay, there are 4 keys that have been identified in building a successful social entrepreneur organization. Number 1, you have to take on a global problem. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity, the bigger the rewards. Number 2, you have to create an innovative new solution to that problem because obviously what we're doing today is not working. Number 3, you have to tap into the passion that the public feels for your cause because it takes an army of people to proliferate it around the globe. And finally, number 4, if you can find a creative new way to compensate participants, you can drive your mission to the ends of the earth. And that's what we're committed to do at Mannetech. In the next segment, I'm going to show you how we've incorporated these 4 keys into the development of what I think is the most powerful social entrepreneurial movement in the world today. Criteria number 3, tap into the passion that the public feels for your mission. Because it takes an army of concerned and compassionate individuals to truly make a global impact. So how can everyone get involved? Through our new campaign called Gift for Real. It means that every time someone purchases one of our core real food technology solution products, we're able to make a donation to a child in need. In this recent article in Inc. magazine titled 6 Ways to Save the World, a Practical Guide to Social Entrepreneurship, it says the model works best when the product is the vehicle that triggers social change. In other words, it is our product technology that solves global malnutrition. Number 2, the product is in response to market demand. In other words, this has to be a global problem in order for this strategy to work. And number 3, the business cannot be separated from the social mission. Just like Tom's shoes, every time somebody purchases, a child benefits. Number 4, find new ways to compensate those who are willing to participate. And we realized that wasn't possible through retail distribution. So we picked the direct marketing model for distribution and compensation so that we could financially reward those consumers who are willing to share our story. Every business needs a good business plan, and it's the same thing for social entrepreneurship. So let me share with you our business plan for solving global malnutrition. First of all, the fact that 5 million children under the age of 5 die each year from malnutrition creates our target. Secondly, it's estimated that over 500 million people in the world take a vitamin and mineral supplement to support their health. Our goal is to educate and inspire just 1% of those consumers to switch from their synthetically sourced supplements to our real food-sourced vitamin and mineral product. That brings 5 million consumers into our company, which allows us to address that problem. So, how can you help? Simply choose to become a consumer of real food-based technologies and help us solve the problem. We're looking for 5 million consumers. Number 2, choose to take advantage of our simple referral plan. By just sharing this with others, you can get your products paid for. And the third option, and the one that we hope you'll really consider, is to become a part of our social entrepreneurial movement that is changing the world, because it will change your life. You know, they did a survey in the United States a few years ago and asked the American workforce, do you like what you do for a living? Do you know that over 50% of the people said no? And the number one reason was because they said there's no purpose to the work that I do. Through social entrepreneurship and the Mannetech experience, you can become part of this world-changing movement. And that's the opportunity that we share with you. So what we'd like you to do is consider joining us today and making a difference in the world. It will change your life.